effectiveness lies in the balance between the production and production capability. I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a factory. You're right. You're a business owner. You're running a factory. You can, if you are putting all your emphasis on production, let's say you create, I don't know, let's say you produce sneakers, and if you put all your emphasis and your focus on the sneakers that the machine, the production capability is producing, then at some point you could be at a great in a great position. But if you are neglecting actually caring for that machine, doing the maintenance on that machine, making sure that it's inspected and it's up to code, and it's getting the care that is required to actually produce the outcome, to actually create the product, then that's not going to be effective. Effectiveness lies in the balance, because if you focus only on the outcome, on the product, then you're going to neglect the machine, and then you're not going to be able to produce anymore. On the other hand, if you focus exclusively on caring for the machine and you don't focus at all on what it's actually producing, then you're not going to be a business, because all your money is just going to go into the upkeep of this machine, and it's not going to be able to actually produce for you. And this is a principle that can be applied to organizations, to people, to individuals. And another example that he gives is one that you just touched on, which is the burnout. That's why I brought this up, because if what allows you to get that production, let's say the production in this case is the output, the hours of work that you're putting in, but that production capability, which is in this case the person actually putting in the work, if that's not cared for and you get the burnout, that's simply not effective. If you're working for 18 hours a day for 3 months, but that pushes you to the point where the production capability, which is the person, you're burned out and you have to take 6 months off because you're in the hospital for whatever reason, that's simply not effective. If you compare that to someone who is able to strike that balance between making sure that, okay, instead of working 16-hour days, maybe they can handle 10 hours a day, but they can do that consistently, and they can churn out that output for years at a time without having to take a whole bunch of breaks, that's going to be a lot more effective. So right when you said that, it just got my mind thinking about how important knowing yourself is. I think you bring up a really good point, which is knowing what you're able to handle and being able to operate within that in a manner that is actually going to be effective for you on a long-term basis.